Rams and the 49ers. And Tom Whittem kicks it away. It'll be Wendell Tyler on his 14-yard line to the 25. Hit at the 30, fights his way across the 35 to the 45, and is finally knocked out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. Jim Obradovich, Dave Williams with two men to hit him, along with Bradley and Elia. Namath calling it second and almost 10 again. With the back split and they both go out, Namath on his own, and down the middle across the 35-yard line, hit very hard at the 32-yard line by Skip Vanderbunt. And Vanderbunt hitting his man hard, but they picked up the complete pass to Ron Jesse. The ball on the 49er 29-yard line. Jackson left and Jesse right. Second man through is Lawrence McCutcheon, and he was finally hit by number 50. And down he went immediately as Dave Washington hit him hard. Then Drive, the referee, John Keck, Frank Glover, Jack Johnson, Stan Javy, and Dick Ferguson. Dwight Scales is in there now on the right side, but it's Capoletti trying to get a cross block and got across the 20-yard line before he's brought down on about the 18-yard line with Tommy Hart making the catch. 7 to go. Namath has Jackson left and Dwight Scales in there on the right side, but it's McCutcheon, and he fights to the 15-yard line before he's bulled and knocked down. Hit by 3 men, and again, the first one was Tommy Hart. This telecast presented by authority of the National Football League. 3rd and 3, and Namath going to put it up. Both backs go out. He goes down the right side, intended for Terry Nelson. Mel Phillips right there with him to defend. And get the Rams on the board. In fact, you can make it when they spot it by Nolan Cromwell at the 33-yard field goal. And he boots it good. And the Rams have first blood as Rafael Septien, the boy from Mexico City, gets them on the scoreboard, a 33-yard field goal. And in the early minutes here, we have 11 minutes left to go in the first quarter. The Rams are leading the 49ers 3-0. Flash right. Shifting out of the eye, both Jackson and Williams. Plunkett to pass. Jones trying to get it. And finally, he is pulled down by Freddie Dreyer. And Plunkett goes down on the 20-yard line. 3-0 in favor of Los Angeles, early going in the first quarter. And the Rams are coming. Simpson not quite there in time. The ball, however, was rushed and will go out of bounds, or will it be downed? It'll be downed by Bruce Elia, and they'll spot the ball on the Ram 46-yard line. Time. Second down. And it's McCutcheon. Tried to cut back at midfield. Hardiman finally had him at the knees as he fell forward to the 48-yard line of the 49ers. We'll see if Joe goes to the air. The backs both release. Namath down the middle, and it's complete to Terry Nelson at the 40-yard line. He took it away from Mel Phillips, and he finally goes down at the 38-yard line. Dwight Scales right, Harold Jackson left. Same backs, Capoletti and McCutcheon. Capoletti releases, McCutcheon stays in, and the pass is caught by Dwight Scales on the 5-yard line, brought down by Ralph McGill. Oh, just about inside the San Francisco 5-yard line. This time Scales wide left and Jackson right. The backs are split. And Namath going to the air. Gets his protection. Into the corner, no good. And both 49ers were there to defend, Anthony Leonard and Ralph McGill. And the pass intended for Harold Jackson. His second attempt. And Septien has it through, but there's a penalty flag on the play. So hold everything himself.
Makes it a little different.
The personal foul against the Rams. Septien is faced with a 37-yard field goal attempt. Bobbled, and he never got it away. In fact, it's short and picked up by Taylor, and he's out to the 10, grabbed by Nolan Cromwell and dribbled out of bounds at the 14-yard line of San Francisco. But the low snap, and they were unable to hold on to it, and the Rams have had all kinds of problems with that. 49ers, the ball on their own 21. That's Tom Mitchell, the tight end, suddenly going into a flex, and they put Washington inside Lash in a slot right. Plunkett going out to lash, and he is given a lick immediately by Pat Thomas. Knocked out of bounds at the 33, and that's good enough for a first down. On your 27-yard line. Plunkett, play action fake to Wilbur Jackson. He goes down the middle and is broken up, almost intercepted by Jim Youngblood and Bill Simpson. There was a tie. Simpson you're looking at moved 16 yards in a hurry. Both backs come out, and Plunkett has to run for his life, and he escaped the trap. Throws deep to Tom Mitchell, and he got it between two men at the 45-yard line. Pat Thomas was the first man to take a shot at it, and Bill Simpson came over. But Tom Mitchell, the tough tight end, was able to bring it down. A big play.
What an escape and a great play by Jim Plunkett to come out of that knowing people around you and make a throw as he does to Mitchell.
2-yard line, 3-0 Los Angeles. Play action fake to Williams, and Plunkett again to Gene Washington. To the 15, 10, and down to the Rams' 6-yard line. Great reception by Gene Washington, and Plunkett is right on the money. He's 4 out of 5. To running back, so he goes to Gene Washington to set it up. Delvin Williams behind a Jackson block. There's a flag on the play.
35. The Chicago Bears 10 in the fourth quarter. Unbelievable. Hank's got them going down there.
Plunkett with Washington left. Play action fake to Delvin Williams. A little flip to Williams. He's to the 10. Chased by Gay, and he gets down to the goal line. And they're going to spot it, I believe. Now they're calling touchdown.
He got in. Oh, good call again.
We have 45 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The score, San Francisco 49ers 7, the Los Angeles Rams 3. It's Lawrence McCutcheon behind Tom Mack and Doug French. And he's knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And that's pretty good company. Doug French and Tom Mack pulling in front of you, son. John Capoletti sees daylight and gets out to the 34-yard line. On the top is Willie Harper. On the bottom is Ralph McGill. Vanderbunt in the nickel defense. The 49ers looking pass. And that's what they're going to get from Namath. And he's over the middle, intended for Terry Nelson. No good. And Ralph McGill is right there. The same Ralph McGill who was taken off the field by ambulance last week with a neck sprain, and he's right back in there, and there's a flag on the play.
Yes, they call.
Plunkett gives to Jackson, and down he goes. And the play took a long time to develop, and Isaiah Robertson just leafed through the playbook and then made the tackle. Good snap. And Whittam gets it away. It's going to be met by Colin Bryant inside the 40-yard line, placed by J.L. Mitchell and Jim O'Bradovich, but he's free, and he's down to the 15-yard line, and O'Bradovich finally caught him from behind inside the 15.
What do we say about field position?
Capoletti again, but he is tripped, slowed down, and dragged down. The Rams on the San Francisco 6-yard line. Namath to McCutcheon. He's in there. Oh, what a hole.
They trapped Elam.
So with 10 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in the second quarter, the score, Los Angeles 10, San Francisco 7. El Septien kicking off for the Rams from the 35-yard line, and it will go short of the end zone, and Rick Jennings picks it up on his 2 to the 15. Dragged down by Rod Phillips on a perfect tackle. Boy, did he lay it to him right there. Rod Perry comes in. He's playing with a broken thumb. 3rd and 8 from the 17. Back staying in. Plunkett running for his life and looking. Unloads, no good. There wasn't anybody really in the vicinity, but Gene Washington was trying to come over to help out on their 45. And this time Tom gets a little height to it. It's Cullen Bryant standing on the Ram 40. Dave Williams can't get him, neither can Dale Mitchell, but several others finally do as he crosses the 45.
We have a final. Dallas 23, Tampa Bay 7. That's 3.
48-yard line. It's 10-7 in favor of Los Angeles. 8:50 to go in the second quarter. Namath looking right, and that's where his man McCutcheon is at the 45-yard line, but there's a flag on the play. Left, and Scales in the slot inside Jackson. Namath getting pressure from Hart. Unloads too far. Flags on the play. Intended for Dwight Scales.
Two calls, huh?
Yeah, looks that way. Niner 47-yard line. It's John Capoletti across the 45. Nothing really fancy, trying to follow a John Williams block, and Willie Harper wasn't too fancy. He just came up and knocked him down. 7:23 to go in the second quarter. Namath got out of the trap, and down he goes at the 35-yard line. He had one eyeball look at Skip Vanderbunt, and Vanderbunt would have tried to knock him in the stands, and Joe went dive, dive, dive. Namath getting a block from Mack. He throws low, no good on the pass play intended for Dwight Scales, and there's a flag on the play. Cleveland Elam might very well have jumped off.
He changed the count on him in that unrhythmic cadence that they have. He went to a longer count. They anticipated it, and he pulled him offside.
Against Cleveland, Elam 72. Harry Nelson. And here's McCutcheon across the 30 to the 15-yard line. And McCutcheon had Dave Washington, Mel Phillips, and he still kept going until Ralph McGill hit him nose guard to nose guard.
Working right up the middle again. He may be trying to take advantage of Vanderbunt a little bit, too, because of his inexperience playing the middle linebacker position. Good hustle.
Second and about one. And it's Capoletti. And a flag on the play. Willie Harper hit him, and Ed Gallagher had him at the ankles. Flag down. Namath trying to get his club on the board, leading 10-7. Joe looking right, and then down the middle to McCutcheon inside the 15-yard line. Falls to about the 13-yard line. Willie Harper and Skip Vanderbunt combining to make the tackle. Scales right, Jackson left. McCutcheon, the deep man on the right, inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line. Dave Washington has him by the shoulders. Ralph McGill had him by the ankles. McCutcheon behind a Capoletti block, but he couldn't get to the zone. Mel Phillips taking a lick from Dwight Scales, where it was Phillips and McGill.
Looked like he had a little opening here to begin with. Couldn't quite get in.
The little guy is right on the money again. And so, with 2 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in the second quarter, Rams 17, San Francisco 7. So the Rams take over 1st and 10 on their own 43-yard line. They have a minute left to go in the second quarter, and the Rams are leading 17-7. And Namath is going for money, and he is sacked. Cedric Hardman hit him immediately, and that's the first Hardman sack of the day. To him, the Rams are leading the 49ers 17-7. The 49ers have won 2 of the last 3 meetings. Ready to pass more than run, and that's very dangerous territory. There's the numbers on the first half, Sonny.
The big difference has to be in the rushing yardage here, right before the halftime, before the 2-minute warning. They had only 5 yards, San Francisco did rushing, and they gained that other 9 or 10 yards rushing there right at the end. But that is a big difference, the way that the L.A. defense has been able to shut down the rush.
Jackson behind Plunkett, and he's going to the air, first down. Got it to Williams, and Jackson is to the 45 and to the 40-yard line. Wilbert Jackson finally brought down by Bill Simpson, and there they go, passing on first down. Now Mitchell, the tight end on the left side. Play action fake to Delvin Williams, and then Plunkett releases to Williams. He's trying to outrun Isaiah Robertson along with Jim Youngblood, and as he tries to get away from those two, he's hit by a third, Bob Brzezinski. Backs out of the eye. And Plunkett a quick out to Washington, and down he goes inside the 30. And Pat Thomas right there on top of him.
That's 3 for 3.
Oh, 2nd and 8 on the 27. They picked up 2. Pitch back to Delvin Williams with Jackson in front. He takes out Elmendorf, and that springs him. A beautiful block from Wilbur Jackson, and he'll take Dave Elmendorf right out, and that gave him the extra yard. Hill is now in the ball game on the left side. Ball on the Ram 18. And Plunkett that time finally got the Rams to respond. Give me the way you would try, in all honesty. Give me a regular cadence and then show me how you can jump them. The 49ers on a drive with 11:22 to go in the 3rd quarter. Big play for Plunkett now. Looking down the right-hand side. A flip complete to Delvin Williams. And they had him on Bob Brzezinski. And the pass went over Brzezinski's head right to Delvin Williams to get back in the ball game. Delvin Williams, he's in there. Oh, what a misdirection.
Same type of play the Rams scored on. Going up the middle with a quick trap.
Angeles Memorial Coliseum, the Rams 17, the 49ers 14. With the Karate Contact Championship in the strongest men competition. Plunkett, under a little heat from Youngblood, runs by Dreyer. Gets across the 40 and is upended by number 53, Jim Youngblood. Plunkett with Youngblood trying to get to him, and it is not intercepted, but it was that close. Bill Simpson had his hands on it. Couldn't come up with it. And the punt is blocked by Bill Simpson. Picked up by Jim Jodat and run out of bounds. So if Simpson can't intercept it, he blocked it.
And not only that, they got a penalty on the play for hitting Jodat out of bounds.
In McCutcheon in the eye. Second man, McCutcheon. Across the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. McGill had to come up and hit him along with Vanderbunt. The left, Scales on the wing left. McCutcheon. And he bounced away from Bruce Taylor at the 5-yard line. The whistle blows the ball dead. Left, Jackson right, they split the back. Namath to pass, and it's deflected and broken out. It was deflected, I believe, by Ed Gallagher, number 75. And if so, that's ironic because Gallagher was a teammate of Joe Namath with the New York Jets. When Cromwell will spot the ball on the 14, almost 15, so about a 25-yard field goal attempt, and it is good. So the 49ers did as well or more than you could expect, but the Rams still pick up 3 and lead 20-14. Washington right, Lash left. Jackson and Williams going all the way back there behind Plunkett. Jim unloading, bobbled, and intercepted by Brzezinski. The ball was caught by Williams, popped out of his arms into the hands of Bob Brzezinski, the rookie linebacker from Ohio State, and they're mobbing him. Scales left, Jackson right. Lawrence McCutcheon. And he got inside the 15 and goes out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
In the 4th period, now it's 14-7. Washington over St. Louis.
2nd and 2 from the 11. Capoletti is to the 5, across the 5. Ralph McGill hit him, and it didn't bother him. Capoletti kept on going. Rod Phillips is in there, but it's McCutcheon. Phillips trying to block for him. Well, what a battle in the end zone with Mel Phillips and Dwight Scales. And 1 from the 1. Capoletti got in there. The 49ers say no, but the officials say yes. Oh, no, says Anthony Leonard. And the Rams are sitting on what is now a comfortable lead, 27-14. 3rd and 20 from their own 24, 4:58 left to play. Plunkett is short. It's picked up by Rod Perry. He laterals to Bill Simpson. is at the 20, 15, 10, 5, 4-yard line. Rod Perry intercepted and lateral to Bill Simpson, who carried it inside the 5. And what a day for the 49ers.
Let's take a look at it. Plunkett trying to muscle it in double coverage. I tell you, my hat goes off to him because this is tough. He's been put in that position all day of having to come up with a big play. A lateral off to Simpson, down the field. And what happens here? Oops, back down in scoring position again.
The van out. McCutcheon.
I tell you what, it's a tough break for the 49ers. They just put themselves the costly penalties, set them back and set them back. I'm sure that man standing right there says, "Oh, what kind of field position am I getting? I start on the 10, I start on the 7, the
2nd down. And it's McCutcheon. He's in there, Lawrence McCutcheon for the touchdown. So right now, 4 minutes left to go. Rams 34, 49ers 14. And Bull is dragged and fumbled. Keith Farnhorst fell on the ball. It was Jack Youngblood who stripped the ball from him. Farnhorst recovered, but it's all over. So the Los Angeles Rams grinding out a 34-14 victory. A combination of very good offense and defense for the 49ers. Close but no cigar, and they couldn't overcome the Rams and their own mistakes.